Hi guys, welcome to our Saturday episode of our daily stock market insights. It's been a while. I haven't done live stream for quite some time now. If you've been watching my videos back in the last quarter of 2019, I've been doing live every single night and started migrating to recorded videos, but it's a weekend and I have a lot of time on my plate this afternoon, so welcome to our live episode of our charting. And I know some of you have requested stocks already, so just in case you want to request, if this is your first time, go ahead and drop a comment and request your stocks. But just the starter, I already I have gathered a list of stocks that you guys have already commented on my previous video, so I will prioritize those. So just go ahead and say hi as well if you are watching. Just drop a comment so that we have a more lively discussion today. Okay, so let me just test our audio if it's working. If you guys have already commented, okay, yes, it's working. So let me go ahead and start our analysis. So let me start with our GFC. So I've already plotted a few lines for you guys. This one over here, I feel that we just had a slight overshoot in the price, and so far, if you can see the last candlestick that we had yesterday, it was actually a green, but the body is still very small. That's why we're still not out of the woods yet. And this is for those people who are using Bollinger Band as their main indicator when they trade. Normally, the rule I use here is that when it starts to trigger a movement downwards and it triggers your lower Bollinger Band, that could mean some more declines in the coming days. See this when you had the trigger over here, even though there was a green candlestick the next day, the downtrend persisted. Reason for that is if you're using a Bollinger Band, normally it would be good if within the next 3 days after this, the candlestick should be much higher than this candlestick. So like what happened over here. We triggered the decline, right? We ended outside of the Bollinger Band, but on the second candlestick, we already engulfed, meaning we are already much higher than this red. So that means we had more movements going up. So that is the kind of pattern we're looking at. But right now, we're still not safe because on the first day after that red, we're still within the body of that red candlestick. So we have 2 more days left as our grace period and see if it is going to indeed change the direction. Okay. Otherwise, if it will continue to drop, I see GFC dropping up to its previous low, which is around 109.92 cents. You have your resistance over here and support, so it could also mean that we are going to have support there. Next is Ali. As for Ali, okay, so I already drew this, but let me just erase some of the lines. I tried to record earlier, but something's not good with the audio, so I had to redo it, and now I'm trying to live. Okay, so as you can see here, guys, I've plotted our support at 31.65. The reason for that is I see consolidation right at this level. So one thing though, an item that you have to remember here is that we have created a lower high. So when we bounced, it got a rejection right at the MA20 level. So that could mean that the downtrend is not over yet. So two things can happen. It could either respect the support at 31.65, or it could even drop at a much lower price because you had a lower high. You might even have a lower low. So first observe how it behaves around 31.65. Otherwise, the next possible drop could be around 30.30. Right over there, and create a lower low in that space. Okay. Oh, we have some visitors. Jeremy Montero, hi. Your channel is very informative. May I know what's your insight regarding MaryMart? I'm looking for long-term position. Okay, good thing you asked that. I can discuss that now. Anyway, you are here. So let me go ahead and discuss MaryMart. MaryMart, so I also discussed that earlier. If you've watched my previous video about MaryMart, I said that this stock is trying to just fill the gap, and right now it managed to fill the gap from this day to this day, so that's already covered. One thing we need to watch out for is this part. So far looks like it has respected this price level, this being our support 1.99. It has to respect that, otherwise it will follow the rule again, which is to fill the gap. And we take note, we have a gap from here to here. So worst that could happen is it will drop up to this price range. But so far with what happened in this candlestick here, that could mean a start of a possible bounce. But at this point, if you are into long-term investing, I feel that you are already at a cheaper level and a good area to start accumulating. Now, if the market gives you an opportunity to start accumulating volume within 1.99, that is a much a better figure. But we have no control. If the stock continues to move higher, then that could already mean a change in direction, because we have been on a decline for what, almost a month now. So that's my take on MaryMart, is that the owner is, I can't pronounce his name. So the person behind Mang Inasal, right? So he's the guy, and he has a proven track record to really have a good implementation skill. So he managed to build and operate Mang Inasal, and it became really, really big. So this could be another project of I forgot his name, and it could also mean a very promising future ahead of this company. So far, I'd say you are at a much better price level compared to this range. So I say, yeah, with the closer you are to 1.99, the better as an entry price. Anyway, you are for long term, and if it dips some more, I wait for it around 1.49 and add some more volume. The only thing that we do not really have control over is whether it's going to start recovering now and the price will shoot up higher. So your call, whether you'd like to wait or you start now. Anyway, I think we are already at a very cheap level for MaryMart. Okay, I hope I was able to give a few insights there. Next one is SMC. As for SMC, I already plotted a support right over here. 97.5 is our support area. It's been respecting that price level. Two things. It used to be a support previously. You see this wick over here? That means when the price reached that level, there was a bounce that happened. So also, previously, this price level was your resistance area. So that means always remember that when you break a resistance and then it dips again, what the market is doing is retesting, or it's revisiting that price level, and most likely your previous resistance will now act as a support. And I think that is currently what's happening. However, I feel that, you know, sometimes a support can also be broken. So what we need to do is wait for a confirmation, a green candlestick perhaps, something like this, right? A green candlestick to come out, and that will confirm now a bounce. So just observe. Maybe what's best strategy for Monday is you can wait for just, you know, wait for that whole day to do its thing, and then the last hour of the day, that's when you evaluate whether this fits your requirements. Because our requirement for now is we want to see the price start at 97.80 and the sentiment has to be higher. The most volatile part of the day is the first 30 minutes of the day. It's really volatile. Sometimes you will think that, okay, most of the action is happening on the above it, only to see it drop midday or second half of the day. Okay, so that's my take. We're very near support right now, and just wait for a confirmation of a bounce before we get in. So that is SMC. My next is MBT. If you guys are not requesting, I have a list, but go ahead and drop a comment if you would like to request. Okay. Next is SMC. I'm sorry. MBT. Hold on. MBT. I'm trying to familiarize the feel of this pen. I'm using a pen as my mouse. Okay, so I plotted some lines and stuff here today. Okay, this one is forming a support, respecting a support at the 35.37 area. As you can see here, 4 days straight. Each time this price level gets hit, you see some bounce happening. So I feel that this is respecting 35.37 as our support area. And the next area that it has to challenge and break, of course, is this yellow line, our MA20 line. By the way, I'm using a Bollinger Band as my indicator here, and this center line is an MA20. Okay, now what if it breaks? It might drop up to the previous bottom over here. And when, let's say, it drops up to 33.23, next thing you have to do, observe your RSI. What we want to see happen in your RSI is to create an uptrend. Like, your RSI has to be much higher than the previous one. So this one, for example, stops there, and then the next RSI has to be higher. Then that's what you call bullish divergence. And that could mean a possible change in direction, and then coming from a decline, a change in direction could mean a bounce. So for now, it is still respecting, sorry for the noise, 35.37 is our support. Hi Irvin, welcome to our weekend live. I know if you've watched our videos in the past, I've been doing live. When I started my YouTube channel, I've been doing live, and eventually started recording. But we have a lot of time on our plate over the weekend, no work, and this is study time for me. And it's nice to have people with you while you're studying, right? So let me know your thoughts. Feel free to drop a comment. I've prepared a list of stocks to review, but you or whoever drops a comment, and I can prioritize your request. Okay, so there you have it, 35.37. Take note of that. That's our support area. The next is BDO. BDO. Okay, so for BDO, so far it has started respecting 91.40 as our support level. So looks promising, right? Starting to give us more bullish movements in the coming days. So far, I am plotting 91.41 as our nearest support. In the event it drops, we're very near that bottom. Okay, we're very near that bottom. And I feel that for those people engaging in BDO, majority of them, including myself, are in it for long-term investing. And if it drops around 85.95, even better, because that means it's a much cheaper price for investors. In the meantime, it is respecting 91.44, and we're seeing some green days in the past 2 days, 3 days. There you go. So your call if you'd like to wait around this level. We just have no control if it continues to move higher by Monday. Hi Lorenzo, can I request for BDO? Yes. I hope you were able to hear it. Okay, so as I was saying, BDO we're just very near the support area. I think it's respecting 91.41, and it will probably move the price higher. But just in case, like you, I'm also invested in BDO. I said if it drops to 85.95, hopefully it falls near a payday so I can add some more volume. Yes, Efren, hi. Madam, pasilip naman MWIDE. Of course, I'll do that. Let me do that now. Okay, so MWIDE. All right. MWIDE over here is, let me plot the nearest support first. Okay, so this is the nearest support for MWIDE. Okay, so far it is still respecting that. The reason why I said that it's a support level, because when you screen to the left, you try to locate the consolidation nearby, and we right away spot these days, June 23rd and 24th, price bounced at that level, and then I move further to the left, I see a resistance. And we all know that when we have a resistance and we manage to break out of that, the next course of action of a stock, normally it moves higher and then it retests, and that is what happened here. And after that it just went sideways. So just be observant on how this will behave in the coming days, because for me 6.68 is our support. However, if we see some, if this breaks, the chances of it dropping to 6.06 is also a possibility. Where? Here. Okay, 6.04. In the meantime, it is still respecting that, and anywhere from 6.68 to 7. Ideally, we want to be near our support area, but in case it breaks, and if you're not there for long-term investing, make sure to cut your loss early, unless this is part of your threshold or your tolerable risk. How much is that? $9.43. So I think that's already a significant drop. So again, you have to evaluate your reason why you're engaging in this stock. In the meantime, short-term time frame, I see this price level as a support, 6.68. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Yeah, see that? Looks like we have a stronger conviction now, because this is where your this is where your MA20 is at right now. See that on a weekly chart? So there could be a possibility that it will respect that and create a bounce in that level. I'm not sure though where you entered. Are you still considering to enter, or you have already entered? But so far, those two areas are key areas to watch out and monitor as possible areas of bounce. There you have it. Next is SECB. Okay, I already plotted some lines here. So for SECB, I was saying that I feel bearish because the support area that we previously had around, I think, 99 level, it was broken, 99.6 level, I think, and it was broken. I feel that it will continue to decline and test your 93.09 as your nearest area of bounce. But if it breaks, I see a possibility of it dropping to 85.26 and 77.46. So at least we have key areas to monitor. In the meantime, just hang in there, hold on to your buying power if you really want to get in SECB, because I see some more dips in the price. Sige, I can try, but I'm not really very good in Tagalog because I'm Ilonggo, and I can express myself better pag English. Sige, let's try this again. MWIDE at dito, let's see ha. Sa MWIDE, ang nakikita natin ng support ay malapit sa 6.68. So, ibig sabihin, kung makapaghintay ka, makapaghintay ka, pagbaba niya sa 6.68, kailangan hintayin mo na mag-green ulit, and dun ka papasok. Yun. Tapos, pag kunwari nag-drop siya na mas mababa sa 6.68, mas magiging gawin is dapat makapag-cut loss ka ng mas mabilis. Kasi kung hihintayin mo ang susunod niyang area na posibleng mag-bounce dito sa 5 point or sa 6.04, kung ang threshold mo hindi siya pasok sa threshold mo, big sabihin may loss ka na, I think around 9% ba, parang nasa 9% drop yun. So may iba, hindi natin kasi alam baka pag drop niya ng ganon, posible pa siyang mag-drop ng mas malalim pa. So kung nakapasok ka dito at nakapag-cut loss ka, kasi kunwari hindi naman lahat ng mga insights natin 100% perfect. So kunwari hindi siya nag-hold dito at nakapag-cut loss ka uli, nakapag-save ka ng time. We understand na, we know that pag drop niya, babalik at babalik pa rin yun. But the reason why some other people are saying na kailangan makapag-cut loss ka early dahil sayang ang time na natutulog lang yung pera mo, no? Natutulog yung pera mo when in fact pwede mo pa siyang i-trade sa ibang stocks na mas profitable ka. But we're not saying na hindi mo na mababalik yung pera mo. Babalik siya, considering ang fundamentals ng isang company, hindi naman siya magsasara anytime soon. So, posibleng babalik at babalik. It's just that, natulog lang yung pera mo ng mas mahabang panahon. Hindi kasi natin alam kung gaano kabilis ang pagbalik ng presyo. So, yun. So far, 6.68 ang ating support. Ayan. Efren, I hope you're still there. Do you have any advice for the fundamental analysis for dito? We appreciate you. Thanks a lot. That's Jeremy. I will cover dito, but I can cover dito now. So I already talked about SECB, right? So let me News po kaya pumasok. FNI. Okay, i-add ko rin si FNI from J. Lancaster. Thank you. Sana clear naman yung Tagalog ko kasi hindi ko nga alam kung yung Tagalog ko sounds Ilonggo pa rin. mas siguro ko Ilonggo. Pag may mag-request na Ilonggo, Ilonggoin ko kayo. So dito first. Let's talk about dito. Okay. Overall, my impression for dito is really, we understand that this is still considered a speculative stock because overall they're still on the preparation stage. They're still on the building phase, and anything can happen. But for people who think ahead, right? We all know that this company has already invested millions, millions, if not billions of money for the launch of the third telco. Now, I'd say this is a perfect time. Overall, this is a perfect time that we start accumulating volume. Yes, there will be ups and downs, and whenever it dips, if you are there for long-term investing, take advantage of those dips, especially when it drops up to this level, the 2 peso level, even to the 1 peso level, because when it goes live, imagine how much it could potentially reach. And it's just that right now all traders are really playing the stock. They're playing the stock because slight bounces, they're taking profit, and that's the reason why it's not really shooting up. It's just technically within this range, just staying sideways. Most likely it will just play sideways in the coming months. With we just don't know how big the waves are when it goes up and down. But so far right now, I feel that the support is around 2.61. That's the nearest support, and foreign buying is already happening right here. Just take note though, considering the fact that there are so many traders playing this stock, it might once again encounter some rejection around the MA20 line, but depends on the volume. If there's good volume, then the possibility of it breaking your MA20 is high. So far, it even already reached almost the 4 peso level, and for the price to drop at 2.61, that's already a big discount for all of us. Yan. Galing ah. Thank you. Maraming salamat. Sige. Minsan I'll try half-half para mas natural ang natin. Anyway, halos lahat ng viewers natin ay mga Filipinos naman. So, I can start probably doing that. Pag mahirap, just excuse me guys pag magta-transfer lang ako ng English sa mga words na hindi ko masyado ma-express, you know. Maayo na ang audio. Rodolfo Labayen. Ayan, Ilonggo guro ni si Rodolfo ay gusto niya one stock in Ilonggo, guys. Ilonggo analysis nandito. Okay. So let's try the next stock. Si MRC. Okay. MRC this is Ilonggo version. Okay. I don't think damo man nagsulod sa MRC, so jutay lang go rin nakaintindi ka. Jutay mo lang mamati sa MRC kay medyo nag-flatline na siya. Okay, sa MRC, sang July 14, grabe yung increase, nag-ceiling ni siya gani. Tapos the next day, nag-gap up pa siya. So, ang lain day, kay posible nga mga nagsulod dire, mga newbies. So, ang pag-gap up niya, jutay na lang ang gin-increase niya. That's why makita mo na yung wick, yung stick na gray. Amula na ang ginsaka niya. Tapos, all of a sudden, tanan nga tao nag-take profit na. So, hopefully, ang nakasulod rin, naka-exit dayon. Kay tungod in just one day, nagbalik lang din siya sa almost original price niya, which is a few cents away sa previous niya na. Well, actually, from 0.15. So, ubra siya sa bago niya nga support right now. So, ang support niya, technically, nasa 0.18 kasi due time lang na difference niya, 0.18. Dra subong create ang support. So, if you want to get in at this price level, test buy lang siguro anay kay hindi pa ta kabalo basi ma-break man na siya kag magkadto luwat sa MA20 lang. Yun. Okay, so that's the longer version ng MRC. Okay, so overall, my 2 cents, MRC is creating a support at the 0.18 level, and so looks like it is establishing and respecting that price area, and most likely the next course of action is it will bounce. However, I suggest you just enter in a test buy because so far, we really have no control. It might drop and revisit your MA20 line and retest that and then bounce again. Ayan, Aaron, hello. Yeah, Tagalog, and I tried MRC in Ilonggo. Okay, Aaron wanted whom? Okay. Yep, I just Noel, I just talked about Dito. Overall, if you're a long-term investor of Dito, take advantage of the dips because we feel that right now everything's just doing sideways, slight bounces. Traders are taking profit, and the possibility of it dropping are still there unless we go live. I think everything right now is just on sideways for Dito. And just bantayan mo lang yung mga support levels kasi doon siya madalas nag-create ng mga bounce niya. So kung hindi mo kayang abangan ang market on a daily basis, mag-plot ka na lang ng mga support levels, and hindi ko lang nagagamit yung mga ng Instagrams, yung mga alert nila. Pero kung gusto mo, maggawa ka ng alert pag nag-reach yung price level at that area, then you open your computer if you're not able to watch the market full time. There. Okay, so for Aaron, I have already, hold on, I have already covered SMPH, MBT, so I'll check out MAC for you, no? Okay, let's check out MAC first. Si MAC, okay, tingnan natin si MAC. Currently, MAC is most likely going to respect this price level as a support. We're very near that, in fact. Okay, do you see that? Did you plot it at almost at the same level as well, 5 peso area? Okay, because as you can see here, it reached this price level and it bounced. It's retesting that support area once again. Normally, that's how it happens when you have a bounce. So 5.01 is the area I'm looking at, and the nearer you are to, in case you want to get in 5.01, the nearer you are to that price level, the better when you get in. Where could it possibly drop in case it negates our analysis? Okay, wow, it's gonna be deep, around 4.17, but I feel strongly about this price level because this is where your MA20 line is at the moment, right? 5.01. So you might see it might okay, respect that price level. The nearest area that it'll challenge and break would be very near your MA20 line. In our Bollinger Band, we did not tinker the settings. It's just the default. It's MA20. So that's 6.07 as the nearest resistance. What is this? August 11. You know, this offering of 20% in dividend, I think that's a very attractive stock dividend offering. So I feel that as we go near August 11, I think this is a perfect time to start accumulating, because as we go near August 11, price is going to possibly push higher and higher. Giyatay. Ang inong giyatay. Lagi ko naririnig sa mga yung mga office mate. Thank you po, Miss JD. I have a question, Miss JD. 5.68 po kasi ang average ko. Who is Aaron? Aaron, anong stock ito? 5.68. 5.68. You're referring to Mac? 5.68. Okay, so you're very near. I think hold ka lang muna, because we're very near your support, and looks like okay, so ito kunwari, kung kaya mo pa, kasi we have different risk tolerance eh. 5.68 ka, which is right at the resistance area. So if it respects this price level and move the price higher, so it's either if you want to get out, mas may chance ka pang makapag-exit na at a lower loss, right? Otherwise, if it breaks the 5.68 area, edi makapag-gain ka pa. Pero right now, overall, I feel that we're very near our support. In the next possible movement, we might have triggers to the upside. So it's up to you if that trigger to the upside, you take advantage of that to do a cut loss, so that hindi naman masyadong malaki yung loss mo. Or if it continues to move higher and break the MA20 line, then that could mean more profit for you. Overall, if you are in it, if you entered MAC for long-term investing, look at the potential of this stock. You're still at the very bottom of the spectrum. Okay, so try to also understand the nature of the business and its ability to survive in a pandemic like this. One perfect example is Jollibee, right? Jollibee, it's been on a significant decline, but did Jollibee lose revenue, or is it not operational right now? I bet not. It is operational. It's just that the pandemic created a big toll in the revenue. But there are stocks, for instance, the airline companies. The dip really, I'm not 100% sure if tourist travels for tourism purposes are already welcome, because I'm not sure majority of the flights right now are, they ship out cargos. So comparing the impact, what else? Hotels, for example, it really the revenue or the loss in revenue between these industries is very far from each other. Jollibee, yes, foot traffic has declined, but there's an alternative. People are starting to order online, and we get Jollibee through food deliveries. But airline companies, there's no alternative option for their source of income. So that's a big difference there. So going back to Mac, because I have not really studied the nature of the business. What is the nature of the business? Is it still ongoing? Right? Can they still? I think Mac is also transportation industry. I can't remember. Yeah, just try to take a look at SECB. We'll have more information there. Thank you so much. Long term na lang po para may dividend din po. Yep. This one, 20%. imagine 20%. If you have, let's say, if you have let's just put 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares. What's 20% of 1,000 shares? 200, right? 200, that means you will get 200 more shares. And if you want to sell someday, 200, let's say it goes up to at least 8 pesos someday. 200 times 8. That's 16. 8 times 2, 16. Something to that effect. My math is a bit rusty today. So just try to look at, just weigh the pros and cons. I understand if, for example, I know there are some of us na ipit in one stock. But if you have other source of income, for example, and you're not very far from the support, I know because the price you entered is not that far from the support. So I think for now, holding on to your position is still the best course of action. Because I don't, some people are just easy to say, cut your loss. But if you're the one holding that money, it's no joke. It's scary to recommend right away cut your loss, because once you trigger that button to sell, it's forever a done deal. Okay, but what I'm giving you a heads up right now is the element of time involved there. If you're going to hold on to that position, the possibility of it going up, there is a possibility. It's just a matter of time. Now, if you're relying on stock market as your main source of income, then that could compromise your revenue on a monthly basis. But if you have other source of income, the chances of it going up, indeed, of course, there is a big chance that it will go up. Okay, it's just a cycle. It goes up and down. Okay. So there's a question. Sino ba may question about where's the best entry point for dito on Monday? Ika lang. For me, this is Noel. Try to observe. Of course, the nearer you are to the support area, the better. That way, if you provision your threshold for the stop loss levels, if you enter at a support area, and we know that a support is an area of bounce, then you provision a 3 to 5% stop loss level, then the chances of it being hit is really slim. Okay, and for now, looking at where we are at, I'm looking at support at the 2.61. And we might see some more movements to the upside. So if you want to get in, try to be as close as you can to the 2.61. Okay. Now let's go back. Thank you so much for a friend. Opo, transportation po yan. Aaron, wow, ganun po pala computation ng stock dividend. Yeah, because sometimes they offer a certain amount. For example, sino may cash dividend recently? Tingnan natin si URC kasi nakakuha tayo dyan ng dividend eh. Ito, 1.65. So, kunwari, you have how many shares? Lagyan natin 100 shares. So, 1.65 times 100 shares. Pero, kung in terms of percentage, so whatever shares you have, let's say 100 shares, kung mag-offer siya ng 20%, ibig sabihin, what's 20% of 100 shares? So we don't put it in the amount, because the system looks at it per share, the number of shares. Madam, question po, kailan po start at end yan dividend ni Mac? Okay. Ito, one thing you need to remember, guys, in the concept of dividend play, ISIS Mac. Okay, so take note of these dates. Right now, you can enter anytime you want, right? But take note of August 11th. What the system recognizes here is that the first minute of August 11th, it screens all the accounts that have MAC on their portfolio first minute, and then all those people who are captured then are eligible for the dividend. Let us say you enter on August 11th. That means you are no longer counted. Even if the moment the market opens and then you enter, even first 2 minutes, first 5 minutes, because it's already August 11th, that means August 11th is already excluded. Does that make sense? System sees the first minute of the day that you already have a stock in there, you're qualified. But if you only enter on that date, you're not already qualified. And when are you going to receive it? September 11th. That's the reason why you will notice sometimes during an X date, that's when the price dips, because people are exiting their positions already because they're already qualified to get the dividend. That's how it is. Noel Bromel, kailan ka magpapakita, Miss JD? Pag nagsuklay na ako. You know, I just want to make sure that I have this daily rigor, and you know how I have a day job, and I record my videos in between, you know, of peak hours of all my emails and meetings. So that means if I have to record, I have to really prepare, you know, I have to comb my hair and be presentable on camera. So that takes up an X amount of time. And sometimes I even submit my videos already late in the evening, and I really appreciate you guys watching those videos even it's already late. My goal there is I just want to make sure that before the market opens, I have already created these insights that might that hopefully will be able to make an impact in your decisions and in your analysis. So if I record it super late, try to open YouTube before the market opens, because for sure I have something for you guys. Sometimes also when I have several opportunities within the day, I record several parts, and each time I submit a video, part 1 for example, there are people already commenting on my videos, and I use that for my next recording, so that all of your requests I'm able to of course review, because hopefully, you know, it's money that is involved here. We want to help one another, because when I started, no one really helped me. I was just watching YouTube videos, and I think this is a very good portal for us to share what we know. And it doesn't have to be learning the market, doesn't have to be expensive. I know there are workshops, and some people who have the extra money can enroll in workshops, because it's different when you have some mentors, right? But for us, especially, you know, the regular working class men who want to engage in the stock market and want to start saving, we don't have that luxury to enroll in mentorship programs. So I hope I'm able to help somehow in this mini advocacy that we have. What is diversify? Clara, sometimes magsuklay ka na, madam. What is diversify? Okay, good. The idea of diversification could mean a lot of things, right? You diversify in your investment. Could mean I invest in property, I invest in stocks, I could also invest in whatever source of source of revenue someday, right? But in the world of stock market, diversification means putting or investing in several stocks. Sometimes they would recommend, okay, diversify your stocks in consumer good industries. Another stock that's related to banking. or finance, another stock on, transportation, another stock on. So at least you have a representation per industry. Do not put everything. For example, you already have a bank and you invest again in another bank. So whatever happens to the banking industry, normally it impacts all the companies in that industry. For instance, let's take the current situation as an example. It's pandemic, right? No one can really travel anywhere. So Cebu Pacific and PAL both have the same trend in their stocks. So that's diversification. And sometimes they would say do not over diversify, because there are some portfolios where you will see around 10 stocks, 11 stocks, and it's harder to maintain and monitor the movement or strategize if you have so many stocks, especially for the beginners. Try to contain your focus on 3 to the most 5 stocks, so you really can monitor what game plan you can apply for each one. So that's diversification. It's good to have, probably a video dedicated for these discussions. Verify ko lang po, Ms. JD, pagka po ba ibibigay na yung payment sa September 11 sa MAC, cash po ba yun or madadagdag po yung shares na sa MAC po? Normally, so I haven't really participated in that kind, because normally for the stocks I've engaged in, it's cash, it's added to my buying power. But let's just see if it is going to reflect. I have a feeling it will reflect to the number of shares that you will have. So let's say you have 1,000 shares, then after that it will increase. But guys, if you have experienced receiving dividends in shares format, please go ahead and drop a comment as well, so we can give some insights to Aaron. Arit, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Yeah, I think if I can remember it right, this is also owned by the Ayala group of companies, right? So another stable company, and property sector, pretty much the same as what happened in what's the recent one? APVI. So this stock is the mother company of this one is Robinsons, right? So one thing that regardless of the stock that that we have for now, I think this is the mother company of that is another stable company. So no questions about it. I feel that it's already a strong company to also engage in. But one thing I need to give as my guidance for you guys, it's IPO. IPO normally on that day it's very volatile. It does not really result in the actual market value of that stock. It could go extremes. So my take is, if you want to engage in an IPO, you have to be there the entire day as much as possible. That way, the moment. Let me just use this. So let's use this day as an example, as for APVI. It's not IPO. I think they use another route here, which is I forgot the term. That's the reason why it reached more than 50%, because in IPO the maximum increase in price in a day is only 50%, but for APVI it went extreme because listing by LBI, listing by way of introduction. Okay, for APVI what happened here is listing by way of introduction. That's why it went over. But let me, oh no, alright, it went back. Let me just go back. I accidentally clicked the home screen. So let's try to dissect what happened to Mary Mart so that we have a much a more relatable scenario. Mary Mart. So this is what you should do, guys. Mary Mart naman kasi went ceiling, ceiling, and ceiling. Let's use this day as an example. There's not much story. Let's try other stocks. Fruit. Because this is also one stock that went on IPO last year. Oh, this one, right? Look what happened here. Because you could also have this type of scenario. On day one, it started with 1.82 and it went all the way up. People were so hyped up entering, and then all of a sudden, before the market ended, people took profit and even went lower than the start price. So you could also have that kind of possibility. So my suggestion for you guys is really watch the market closely. Okay, ba yan? Became white. Sakit nun ah. Sorry, I have to change the settings again. Black. Just in case you don't know how to set this. Okay. And that's how you turn your screen back to black. And this one, change the settings. Blue. Okay, blue. Okay. Fruit. And then change this to, let's say, 5-minute chart. Go to, when was this? November 29. So 19, 011, 29. Ay ba yan? 5-minute chart. Paano kayo pumunta doon sa 6 months? It really has to go through that. But if you would like to, it just follows the same concept. So for example, this one, you have to make sure that you watch it. Sorry, I really have to show that screen so that it is clearer. 15-minute chart. June 8. You still there, guys? Okay. Okay. Sorry. I wanted to go to that, the fastest way I can go to a date. Hindi kasi siya pumupunta agad. Okay. April. Mart na lang. Ba, bagal kasi. So, this was it. Okay. It's hard to illustrate kasi it's weird. So, first day ng Mart, it went ceiling kaagad first day. Tapos here, on the fourth day, biglang nag-drop siya. Pero, what I'm trying to say is that always make sure for the A-REIT ba yun or A-REIT yung ano niya, yung code, yung ticker code niya. The moment you see a bearish signal na people are starting to take profit, kailangan makapag-lock in ka na din ng profit mo para at least, kasi sobrang bilis niyan eh. During an IPO day, tingnan nga natin if I can go live on that day para we can watch and we give signals to one another that hey, this is starting to become bearish and people are starting to take profit. So just be mindful. Ideally would be great if you can be there first minute and sobrang bilis mo lang talaga kailangan mag-action. It's up to you if you want to wait for it to go ceiling, because I have a feeling at one point magsi-ceiling siya eh. Pwede siyang mag-ceiling first day, or it could also happen similar to what happened to fruit, na magsi-ceiling siya, tapos second half of the day, people will be taking profit. The moment mo nag-take profit na yan, sabay ka na rin. Dapat sasabayan mo na lang din sila. Pero what's good is, pag nag-ceiling siya ng first day, normally, tuloy-tuloy pa yan. May second day pa yan. Pero hindi lang natin alam, pagka second day, mag-ceiling siya ulit at mag-drop. Basta, the moment na may sign ka na ng bearish candlestick, that means people are starting to also take profit. Also, try to look at the buy and sell portion of your, I don't know kung COL ka. Pag mas marami na ang nagbebenta, you have to also consider selling or releasing some shares and take profit ka na din. Dito, titingnan mo dito. For example, dito, wait lang. Ito kasi, look, the sentiment here so far is people is bullish. There are more people wanting to buy. So, if we still have more people in the buy section, that means dami pa gustong bumili niyan. Pero pag dumadami na ngayon yung sa sell part, that means pag mas marami pati ang volume nito kumpara sa volume nito, that means people are already about to take profit or are taking profit at the moment. Now, going back to Mart, I'm not sure if nasa Mart na tayo. Mart very bullish na eh. I see bullish signals na kay Mart. Wala na. Remove ko lang tong shadow na to. Borders. No. Yan. Okay, so I have not talked about Mart yet. Looks like this thing has respected yung skills, background. Ano nga ba ulit to? This one, the crosshair, I want to change it to white. Yan. For Mart, this so far is respecting this support level. You know, there. Or pwedeng dito. Ayaw gumalaw. Hold on. it's respecting this support area. Saan ko nga ba nilagay yun? This mouse. I'm using a pen mouse, so I'm not sure if it's usually magalaw eh. Okay, erase. Erase. Let's use another one. Yan. 1.98. Yan ang support area niya right now. So if you'll see, looks like it is respecting this. It has filled the gap over here because it has a gap and it is now revisiting that. The downside lang is we still have one more gap to be filled here. So this could mean a possible bounce, pero we're not 100% sure if the bounce will go all the way up. It could mean a temporary bounce, but still we're in a downward channel. Because right now, what you have here, see this is your declining resistance, and if it breaks out of that, then possibility you will have a continuous bounce. But if it rejects this part, it could also mean that it will also revisit this price level and then go up, because you have your previous resistance over here. There. Okay, so pwede siyang mag-form pa another downtrend here. Yung channel niya. Okay? Let me go back to Madam, toka lang dyan. Makinig kami. Thanks na marami at kasama ko kapo namin OFW from Iraq. Hope you guys are safe there. I am not sure how the pandemic is panning out in the other countries, especially in the Middle East. But I really hope everyone's safe wherever you guys are in the world. Madam, gusto niyo po orange juice? Mukhang uhaw na po kayo, kakatok. I don't know. It's just my, one thing. I would always listen to my voice. Remember, I use this as my own reference as well to study. Napapansin ko nga yung voice ko laging parang tawag nito, hoarse. Anong term nun? Medyo pause. Kasi during weekdays, guys, if you can imagine, all my meetings is always back to back. Miss JD, kung ano po yung closing price ng market sa August 11, dun po ba yung i-multiply? Good question. Possible, yeah. No, but you have to take note, Aaron, this is from Mac, right? Regardless of the closing price, they are going to look at the number of shares you have. So they're going to look at the number of shares you have. For example, you have 1,000 shares, right? So what is 20% of 1,000 shares? That means 20% of that would be 200 shares. Now, if you plan to sell the 200 shares na binigay sa'yo as a dividend, doon naman magmamatter yung price. Regardless naman, example, regardless kung kailan mo siya gusto ibenta. Now, kunwari, you got a 200 shares, just your dividend, ano lang yan, the number of shares you got out of the dividend. Tapos, pinahayaan mo muna siya ng mga ilang days or ilang months. Tapos, nasa 10 peso na siya bigla. E di yung 200 shares mo, times mo by 10, kasi that's the current price nung time na binenta mo. So, the price will be influenced by the day kung kailan mo siya ibebenta. So, for example, 200 times 10, that's a good 2,000 pesos in revenue just for your dividend share. Walang nabawas sa original number of shares mo. Parang ganun yung concept. Yeah. Tingnan natin ulit yung ano ha. Hi, Miss Leia Veray, guys. By the way, I have a friend. She's really a close friend of mine. She's also from Bacolod. She has a channel. I hope you can also visit her channel. Real estate naman to yung kanyang trabaho actually, and because there's not much action in the real estate world, so nag-YouTube na rin siya. She's a single mom. She shares DIY stuff, tapos nagpapa-quiz siya sa mga kids. Nagla-live stream din siya, and then may pa-quiz sa kids. So if your kids are not busy, you can even have them join her pa-quiz. You can also visit her channel. Hi, Leia. Bali, maa-add lang po pala sa shares ko yun sa payment date. Yeah, madadagdag siya sa shares. Oo, sobrang ganda kasi yung attractive nga eh. Parang seldom will you see those types of... Ay, parang naalala ko, there was one time, ABA yata yun eh. Tingnan ko ha. ABA ba? There was a period when ABA was just ranging. Ay, hindi yata ABA just gave out 10 cents eh. At the time when the price level was, ayan o, 10 cents tapos, magkano ba yun? First dividend release nila. Parang 10 cents tapos yung presyo ng ano. Ay, hindi to eh. If you can share a stock guys na had that, parang RLC din ba? They gave out percentage of shares before as a dividend. Yeah, no. Look at that. Stock dividends, 151.94. So kung may 100 shares ka, that means they will give you what? 150 more shares. Ganun siya. So, panalo yun. Pa-follow din ang channel ko. Ayun, si Jeremy Montero, may channel din. Ayan guys, follow nyo rin channel niya, show. Anong show na to? Ayun. Ayan, Jeremy is also a YouTuber. Guys, if you have YouTubers in this thread, go ahead and share din kasi para we can also support you. Jeremy Montero, yon. More than 70 minutes talk na siya. Have some drinks po. Okay, sige. Wait lang ha. I'll drink water. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a bit thirsty and my voice is a bit husky now. Yan. Ay, wait. Yan. MWIDE build. Mac transport. Nag-isip tuloy ng cut loss lipat sa Mac before August 11. Yeah, also you have to check din the fundamentals because we are talking about two things here. One, we're talking about technicals. And if there are some not so good news, pwedeng ma-overrule yan. Pwedeng, kumbaga, ma-negate lahat ng mga technical analysis mo pag may bad news. So, just try to observe what happens for Mac. Ideally, we still would like to get in as near as we can to the support area so that we can be more profitable. Okay, but so far, look at this, guys. Imagine this. We are already at the bottom, if you come to think of it. If it drops some more, where could it possibly drop? It would possibly drop around this area. What's important is if you want to take advantage of this 20%, make sure you get those shares before August 11, and then if you want to get out, you get out on August 11, regardless of what time of the day. But if, sometimes the price still pushes higher, and tingnan mo na to, hold on na, 0.25 March 31 release, March 31. Dito siya. Tapos nag-decline pa siya. People were taking profit during a release of the dividend. Pero hindi na siya masyadong nag-drop. So, guys, let's just use this as our support for now. Yan siya. That's where your support is at the moment. 4.96, around that area. But I feel that, with this, as we go near that date, mas marami pang papasok niyan. Tech, Green, and ACEPH. Yeah, I really want to travel na rin. Ginagawa pa ng airline lahat ng paraan para makabiyahe yung mga aircraft nila. Yeah, that's true. And besides, it's even if I don't know, the situation persists, it's impossible not to have airline operate. Hindi naman pwedeng we will live in this, kumbaga everything is only going to be within one island. May mga pangangailangan yung mga tao in the other islands, just in the Philippines alone, ha. People in the Visayas need goods from Manila, need goods from Mindanao, and it's just impossible to close down these airline companies na maging stop na talagang operation nila. It's impossible. But innovation has to start kicking in fast. How can they, the bigger question is, how can they continue their operations while ensuring 100% or close to 100% safety for all passengers? Yun. So, may sa tech naman, Tech, Green, and ACEPH. Let me just add that here. Tech, Green, and ACEPH. Let's take a look at that. For tech, okay. So for tech, we broke the support, previous support right at this area. Okay, so I just feel that there is a chance that it might go down further and revisit your support. For this stock, I feel that I think they're still operational, right? They even had good earnings in year end and Q1. So it's just market sentiment. We just have to understand what's driving the decline. But if it's just technical analysis, we've broken the previous support, so it might drop some more. But if you want to add more volume, try to wait. Okay, if you're interested in this stock, try to wait for it to drop and revisit the 3.74 area, and let's understand how your RSI moves by this time. So what we want to happen, or what we want to see as it touches the this level, okay, this price area, and let's say it revisits that level again, we want to see this much higher now, okay, something like an ascending line. But right now, what is about to happen is it's not giving us that kind of picture. So let's first observe as it goes 3.74. We might see some more dips, okay? So just hang in there, don't add anything yet. What about green? Green. As for green, okay, we managed to cross the MA20 line, okay, for green. But we're very near a resistance again. Where is that? Right over here. So we might see some more movements going up, which is possibly 7%. 7% increase. But your nearest support is just we just get past that. That's your support right now. We're sitting at that support level. So if you would like to get in, anywhere between 1.75 to 1.79 would be better, and 1.92 is your nearest profit taking. By the way, guys, when you consider taking profit, sometimes it breaks your resistance, so it doesn't mean that you take profit right away. Take profit when you see a sign of weakness. And in this example, we had a green, right? Solid green. The next day you had a red. That's how I normally use it. My trigger is when I see a red candlestick. That's when I consider taking profit. Now, in some occasions, you don't really get everything in the stock market. Sometimes it gives you a red, and then the next day, something like this, pushes the price higher, and then you have a red, and then only to discover a few more days that it pushed the price higher, even higher. So your call. You want to be on the conservative side. The first red candlestick that you see right at the resistance area, then you can probably lock in some profit or take profit, everything. But for now, I see a possible gain of 7.09 if you enter around 1.79. But we're at near the support right now. Overall, if you'd like to stay in green for long term, we still have some more wiggle rooms to push the price higher, because at one point it even reached around 3.40 level. Okay. Next is so John. I hope John is still here, right? This one's for you, the one I'm reviewing now. ACEPH. Okay. Doing sideways. You know what you can do here is create a Darvas box. So guys, just hang in there. Even if this is not your stock, okay? We're discussing some methodologies that you can apply in your trades. So when a stock is doing sideways, what you can do is create a Darvas box and use this as your, you just do range trading for now. The nearer you are to the support, the better. But right now, looking at where we are seated at the moment inside the box, we're very near a resistance. So I suggest it's either you wait for a breakout of this Darvas box and then you enter. Or if it rejects and goes back to support, the nearer you are to 2.16, that's when you enter. Okay, so when you play a Darvas box, go enter nearer support or play it when it breaks out of the Darvas box, because currently it's doing sideways. And we started climbing up, but there's still some wiggle room moving the price higher. The next, so isang green pa kay Mac pa din na pumasok. Yeah, if you want to be Efren, if you want to play safe, that's what I highly recommend. One more green perhaps, because the body of the candlestick is still not that big. It's still very small. So another confirmation would be good. Anyway, we're still at the bottom, right? There you have it. Di man makuha 100% babalik yan. Imagine gaano kalaki ng airline company. Exactly, right, Efren? It will go back eventually, because it's just impossible for us to be contained in one island. People need to visit their company, their family members, or businesses need to run, and it's just impossible to just be in one place, especially with how advanced technology is, and we are now in the world of era of globalization. So travels become a minimum requirement. Ganda, stock dividend, pwede i-sell yung ibibigay ng dividend pag happy ka na sa price market. Exactly, yun. Kaya medyo attractive yung MAC actually. Out of PSEI, madam, may balita po ba kayo? CICT. By the way, guys, this part, sa mga news part, I suggest, ano tong CICT na to? This one, I need help from you. Maybe you know some news that you can share to the group. That would be even better. So yeah, I'm researching CACT. Can you enlighten me more about CACT? Commission on Information and Communications Technology. What? No, I haven't really heard that news. Maybe you can share what you know, and then we'll try to evaluate. Efren. Miss JD, are you a day trader, position trader, swing trader, or investor? Okay, I am a position trader. Actually, I'm a touch of everything. At night, when the shift is over, I play the US market. I use eToro for my day trades in the US market because that's when I can watch the market full time. Actually, for a few hours lang. And and in the Philippine market, I'm between a position trader and a long-term investor. There are stocks that I have an objective as for long-term investing, and there are stocks that I have entered for position trading purposes. And I think swing trader and position trader, they're overlapping in concept. Position trader is we buy at the support area, right? And then we take profit at a certain level where we are happy at. Swing trader, if I'm not mistaken, you know that the price is already moving higher and there are swings, right? Actually, close sila eh. If you can, sometimes the concept for swing traders are almost the same. Leia has a message. Ayan, my friend na si Leia. Oh, ang bilis. Ayan, si Leia and Irvin friends na. Yes, ma'am. All eyes and ears. Thank you. Ayan, thanks, John. I hope I was able to share some good insights for your stock picks. Now, of course, I can check now for you, Rodolfo. Now, yun. Mukhang this is, ito but this is a double-edged sword. We're seated at a support level for now. Okay, because the reason why I said that is because of this one. There was a price consolidation right at this level, which is your resistance, and we managed to break out of that, and now we are retesting your previous resistance and might be creating a support there. However, look at that. Looks like there's a slight overshoot. No, a slight overshoot. So I suggest wait for another green candlestick to really come out and start from probably 1.93 and move the price higher, because this could also mean that more declines could happen. So it's a make or break day on Monday for now, because technically it's a slightly lower, but there in some occasions you could also have slight overshoot, pero we'll see, okay? Because nag-bounce dito eh. So posible din na aakyat siya, pero my conservative approach to this kind of setup is I'll wait for another green candlestick to validate really the bounce, because it might continue dropping and revisit 1.75 for now. Converge. So, yan yung stock code ni Converge. I know hindi pa sila nag-IPO right? Mag-IPO pa lang. So, another interesting company to watch out for. Alam ko mag-IPO si Converge. So, we just don't know how much is the starting price, but that's going to be another full of action day. Any IPO is full of action. Kailangan lang, you really have to watch the market the whole day and evaluate if depending on, because sometimes as early as first 30 minutes ceiling na kagad wala na game. And the next day, pag nag-ceiling siya first day, chances are may next day pa yan. The most is normally 1, 2 to 3 days magsisiling siya. Tapos on the third day, magte-take profit na. Because sometimes the price at the IPO date, that's not the true value of the stock. Ano yun? Efren, ay susa. What is it? What is that, Efren? Bilis daw ng mata ko, makita ko kaagad. Okay. So this is really my goal, guys. You know, well, just to share. Tignan niyo agad yung kay now. Well, this is my main objective because the goal is we're building a skill here, and the fact that I'm doing this every day for the past 1 year na. Oh, nag 1 year na pala ako. I started doing this on my page. My Facebook page is Invest in the Stock Market. I started doing live there and then migrated eventually here in YouTube. And then after that, the everyday na ako. And eventually, as I do this every day, each time I see a chart, I see the story right away. And I think that is our objective for all of us who are watching this video right now, is we will see the chart as is, like in an instant, the moment we see it. Because eventually, you know, our goal is, of course, who wouldn't want to have a you know, be trading full time? You can trade anywhere. Yeah. So that's what I am trying to achieve. While of course half of me would like to help and pay it forward to our newbies in the stock market, I also would like to skill myself further. And mind you guys, 1 taon na akong nagaganito. 1 taon ko na rin pinapanood yung video ko after the market closes, because I want to validate whether my thought process is in sync with how the market is moving. And so far, as we gain tenure in what we are doing, the faster and more accurate we become. As in, na-prove ko na siya. But analysis is one thing, execution is another thing. Because when money is involved, emotion is another element in the equation that we have to handle properly. So striking a balance between both is the key. Okay. Support and resistance, yes. So this is very simple lang naman ginagawa ko. Even the lines that I say every single day, almost the same. Support, resistance. Always the moment you see a stock, support and resistance kagad titingnan mo. Followed by the candlestick patterns, the volume, RSI, and everything. Pero first talaga, support and resistance. Ma'am, ano tinatrade nyo sa eToro? Position trading din kayo? Still a mix. I have some trades na position and short term, parang scalping lang. Pag may work po ang tao, ako, I think this is a question from Efren. Pag may work po ang tao, ano po klaseng trader pwede? I suggest commit to yourself na hanggang position trading and long-term investing ka lang talaga. You can never perfect scalping or day trading when you are working, because you will compromise the quality of your trades and the quality of your work. You can never be an expert in both at the same time. Na trading ka, full-time trader, day trader ka, tapos nagtatrabaho ka. Prone to mistakes yan. At the same time, of course, you want to be fair to the company who's paying us at that given time. And so we want to also commit 100% of our time doon, especially when your role in the organization is you're already part of the management team. It's really important that you give 100% focus. And that's how I work kasi. I have so many people under me and very important responsibilities under me. That's why I can't afford to toggle between trading and my work. I only do trading when I'm done with my work. That's why you'd notice my videos happen in the evening. Minsan nga super late pa. Kasi, that's the downside when you're working from home. May beauty din siya, may downside din siya. Pero, normally, nag-overwork eh. Hindi mo napapansin yung oras. Tapo, nakaupo ka na pala ng mga 12 hours. So, yeah, that's just the kind of person I am. When I want something, I tend to lose track of time. Like right now, I really enjoy that you are company, guys, and I lose track of time. It's already 1 hour, more than an hour, but I enjoy this, and that's how passion kicks in. If you're passionate at what you do, you don't really mind how many hours you're staying in that activity. And I bet you guys are as well. That's the reason why, even if it's already a weekend, you will spend time in YouTube trying to understand what else, how you can improve your trading skills. And that's why you found me. Yes, okay. Here's a good question from Martin. Ma'am, you always mention to wait for a confirmation of a bounce. Do you mean by letting a day go by to validate the green candle or kahit saan intraday? When you say, when I say wait for a bounce, that I would mean wait for that one whole day to finish. But sometimes some people use end of day trading because they already have 80% of the picture, or 80% of the picture. That's why they enter. They know that the next day is going to be an increase in the price. That's why they enter before the market closes. At least they already have an understanding of the next possible action. Do not try to avoid the first 30 minutes when the market opens, because that's a very volatile segment of the day, and it doesn't really give you the overall picture. It could go the other way around second half of the day, and I bet you guys have already experienced that. Like first half, okay, decline siya, tapos I think I've observed that in tech the previous week. Decline siya, all of a sudden pag silip ko, market close, hala, biglang na green, parang ganon. Very well said, ma'am, and you help a lot of people. From John. Oh, thank you. You're just a year trading. No, no, I've been doing live sessions for a year now, and but I've been trading for almost 3 years. Yeah, not very tenured yet. We're building that skill, and I believe. Imagine. With this kind of rigor that we're doing, well, 1 year of solid talaga every day. If you want to backtrack my videos, every day ako nag-live. And it was helping. Pero in terms of trading talaga, yun, more than 2 years now, close to 3 years. I was thinking all the while you were already 10 years. Thanks, ma'am. I always listen to your videos daily. Nice. Agree with Charles Yee. Lahat ng sinasabi niya maraming pumupulot. What do you mean maraming pumupulot? Okay. So maraming nakakakuha ng best practice. And Yes, guys, I know the volume or the size of the portfolio. Some of you are holding to big portfolio already. Um, you don't have to start big kaagad. Kasi even I myself, ako kasi yung concept ko, my main objective why I started doing this is, majority of us, I think, have yung mga Sun Life, mga insurance, right? And tapos, may ibang plans where you can invest part of your money. Because I have a Sun Life. This is just the story why I started investing in the stock market. Kasi half of my plan, sa plan ko, part nun goes to investment. And then there's this 1 year na sobrang dip ang market. And I said, what's the purpose of this financial advisors? They're supposed to handle our money. And why are they losing? Very, very novice understanding. They're supposed to be experts. And why am I red in my savings part? And I said, instead of me relying on the output of their performance, I think it's worth studying this myself. Anyway, I know where they're putting the money. So I know they're investing it in stocks. So then I started really, well, I already had a background on the stock market, Forex, way back in 2008, but it was really very jargony and I don't really understand. No one was really teaching me. So I stopped studying, but I already had a concept. And then eventually I started. And I realized that, hey, I don't really have to start big. I opened an account in COL Financial and it only asked for 5,000 pesos. In fact, nowadays it only asks for 1,000 peso. So that shouldn't stop us from really understanding and start saving. So the medium or the things we need, they're already in place. So start with a manageable size. Don't start big, because in the stock market, guys, there's no such thing as quick rich scheme. Wala. No. Hindi pa, impossible yan. You can be profitable in just one. If you entered Mary Mart on the first 3 days, siguro mayaman ka na kung big ka, agad ka. Pero that doesn't reflect skill. It's not a skill that you have created there. Skill, the most sustainable thing to do is you establish a skill so that you can replicate the same action, having the same output multiple times. So what we are wanting to achieve here is we want to be profitable so that each time we execute the trade, we know that the chances of us being profitable is high because we have that skill, the skill to understand and analyze our technicals, the technical analysis. So I think those are my words of wisdom for the day. Don't have to start big, and this is a skill. It's not about luck. It's not gambling, guys. They say it's gambling. Yeah, gambling. If you enter in a trade, go big right away, and then you became profitable, then that's gambling because you didn't understand the thought process why you entered in that trade. But if you had the right understanding, right justification why you entered at that level, then that's a skill. Okay. I like. John has a question here. Which do you prefer, Miss JD, Forex or stocks? I would go for stocks. Stocks has a clear and more targeted. Because if you're looking at, because Forex, the product here or the company here is the country. So your scope of study is very vague. It's very vague because there are so many influencers in a certain country. But for stocks, the company is the company. Forex, the company is the country. So may mga news pa yan to consider, kung ano pang mga GDP and kung ano pa, madami pang i-consider that will influence the movement of the market. Pero stocks lang, profitable ba ang stock? May bad news ba ang stock? Very very targeted yung scope of study mo. So that could that is simpler to understand. But talking about technical analysis, both regardless, even Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, the technical analysis or the indicators that you use for one can be applied to Forex, cryptocurrency. Still the same. Ano pa yun? Charles Yee. Agree with Charles Yee. Lahat ng sinasabi niya maraming pamapunan. Charles, are you from Bacolod? Maybe you're the husband of my cousin. I'm not sure if you're from Bacolod. Bad candle po ba yun kay EG? Ay, hold on. Let me just backtrack because Efren has a question for Meg. Okay, sige. Tingnan natin si Meg, ha? Okay, Meg is doing sideways, guys. But so far, look at this. What you can do here is create that line. That is your no, this one is an ascending or a symmetrical triangle. Gawa ka ng parang ganito. Okay. Use this as your support and resistance. It still respects this line as your support. So your condition here, this line should hold. Okay? If it starts the price much higher than 3.6 and up, good pa yan. That means your support is still holding. But if it breaks that, that's not a good sign. Two things can happen. Kasi, pag nag-drop siya, kunwari, may isa ka pang horizontal line to consider as your support, which is right at this level. So, pag nag-drop siya, posible pa siyang mag-bounce dito. Pero still, it's a drop. It's a decline in the price. Pero if it's still within your tolerable risk-reward ratio, pwede kang mag-hold pa hanggang 3. Pero if it drops some more, pero the fact that it breaks this, wala na, medyo tagilid ka na dyan. If it bounces at 3, then okay pa siya. Pero pag lower than 3, pwede pa na mas delikado na. Because it could mean, kasi ang baba na ng next day, pwede na siyang dito. Tingnan natin sa weekly chart. O, dito ka naaabang. 2.84. There. Or 2.82. The reason why we said that is we found this. This is your MA20 line on a weekly chart. So that could possibly bounce there. So again, going back, you have 3 conditions. If price starts higher than 3.06, then the uptrend is still, or yeah, this what do you call this? The support that we have plotted that is still in an uptrend is still going to hold. Good pa yan. If it drops, next area to watch out for would be 3 peso level. And if it goes lower than that, the dip is going to be much larger this time, possibly dropping by 6%. Okay, that's the next possible stop. So it depends again. What's your objective? Are you asking because you want to still get in, or are you already in a position for this stock? So it depends now. So if you would like to get in pa lang, wait for it to probably reach a support area, and then that's the time you get in. Ayan. The rest are very quiet, no? We have 26 people watching right now. Thank you guys for dropping by. Oh, by the way, if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, okay, feel free to subscribe. Just hit that subscribe button and then hit the notification bell. The I think we can continue the live every weekend. I feel good with this. Nakaka-recharge. Pero on the weekdays, guys, I will still be doing recordings. Pag weekend, try tayo live. Thank you po sa loob na ni ng Meg. Madami may nasigaw na... Oo, may mga motor pa nga. Balot sa likod ng mga aso. Because our house is a corner lot. I mean, we are at a corner of our subdivision and then daming mga dumadaan. Nakinig lang sila subs done. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Sige, pag nag-decide na ako magsuklay, I can show my face. Yep. May iba nga eh. They do live during when the market is open. So I don't know how it's going to be helpful, because it's a bit scary if the market, or if the price is still moving. It really, one thing you say it now could be negated a few minutes after. So it's best when the market is still not moving. So best to discuss that would be when the market is closed. Yeah, si Say na ako. First time ko narinig ka mag-Tagalog. Yep. Because I said I know Tagalog as well, pero every day we speak English at a lot of meetings, and I'm from Bacolod, so I can express myself better in Ilonggo and English, pero I still, of course, I speak Tagalog, no? May mga friends ko din nagtatagalog. Wow, 111 minutes talk na si Madam Daily. Do prices go down during the upcoming ghost month? I've just started my trading journey po. Okay, so there are some stocks that go down, but I'd still, for some reason, I just don't believe in the ghost month, because it really depends on how the technicals are performing, or what message our technicals suggest. At the same time, the fundamentals. Okay, so news, always watch out for the news, guys. I appreciate Instagrams because there are so many inputs that they share, but be extra careful with whatever messages they say there, because some people are hyping up stocks, if you have already observed that. And the portal is great. The objective and advocacy of the portal is amazing. Where else can we find a very user-friendly and free portal where we can conduct our charting, right? But the people in the social page, sorry, they have different objectives why they go there, because they understand that there are a lot of newbies there. One, they could be promoting the stocks that they want to hype up. So careful kayo dun. You have to still understand. That's why we're doing this, is because ako, as you notice, I don't even promote any stock here. I wait for your request and I analyze. Kaya be extra careful kayo dyan. One thing important is do it yourself, analyze yourself, and I'm with you guys in this journey. Just request and I can review the charts for you, and I'll share to you the thought process I have, why I am saying such. And then at the same time, eventually, as we do this daily rigor, you know already how to plot your support and resistance, and you can do it yourself. And I'm not the only person here in YouTube who does this. There are a lot more. You can get the best practice from me, and you can also get some best practices from the other YouTubers who are already doing this. So far, 1 year ago, there were only a few people, but right now I think there are a lot of people. As you can see, if you go to Instagrams, there are a lot of posts also promoting their videos. And I'm also one of them, by the way, guys. Is the nickel market in US still bullish? That I have to check, say Sai or say because I haven't really reviewed the US market so far. I mean nickel per se. Do prices go down? Okay, mga mining company related to gold is pumping. Gold, oh tama yan. Kung umakyat ang gold, then most likely all companies related to gold, may domino effect yan. Pero what I know, this is a workaround, because I know like in eToro, you need the big amount para ka makapag-trade. Kasi ayoko talaga mag-leverage eh. Because when you do leverage, it's risky. And like if you only do ×1 in eToro, it's just your money. So you can just wait and not be kicked out faster. Pero pag may leverage, mas mabilis ka makick out. Anyway, so gold, it requires I think $1,000 for you to enter in a trade without leverage. So tendency is people would use leverage. So the workaround is try to engage in stocks that involve probably this industry. So kung ang oil naman is shooting up in price or magandang performance, then try to engage in stocks na related to oil. That's how you do the workaround. At least in eToro, you can even trade with as low as $50. Yun. The dami subs mo, madam, mix it always with Tagalog. Oh, nice. Sige, sige. Good ano yan. Good suggestion. Oo, because majority of them already doing Tagalog. And you know, one thing I realized is I have so many Filipino viewers, if not all, and I should also start doing this. Medyo combine lang guys ha, patawad na because there are some words na hindi ako masyado talaga expert. Kuya John, tataas talaga gold price kasi mo mahina ang oil mining. Oh, reverse ano yan, inversely proportional. When normally when gold is high, then gold is high, oil is down. When stock market is high, cryptocurrency is on the sideline. When stock market is down, crypto goes up. Yes sir, sinasave nila capital nila, bumili na sila ng gold. Yes ma'am, nag-leverage ako and scalp, ayun, sunog, ayun. Yeah, so careful dyan sa leverage kasi so pag ×1 mo lang, nag-decline ka lang ng 3%, pag ni-leverage mo yan, automatic decline na yan ng kung depende man kung ilan yung leverage mo. Like po sa location now, Iraq, mga tindahan ng alahas na ginto, now tunaw nila at binibenta at bar outside Iraq. Okay, so, makes sense. Okay, so, na-cover ko ba lahat ng request niyo guys? Yeah. Oh, let's check. Wala, I already am talking for 2 hours. Sige, do you have any other questions? If not, sige, I think we can wrap it up. And really enjoyed talking to you guys. And future-proof siya. Thanks sa info. I don't know, maybe let me know if this is okay. Every weekend we can do a live, mag-live tayo so that I can address more questions from you guys. I bet you have a lot of questions, and even suggestions on what kind of videos I can make in the future. But so far, I'm just being conservative on my commitments to just be, just discuss the charts of your requested stocks. But I'm still thinking of a lot of video formats or content para mas engaging yung channel natin. But good pointers. Consider it done. I forgot who was that. Was that Efren? I'll mix it with Tagalog now moving forward because I think this is what's good because my audience is you guys, majority of us here, Filipinos. I just was thinking baka may mga ibang nanonood na mga foreigners din that they would understand, but now that it's just us Filipinos, then I should be mixing it with Tagalog. And pag may Ilonggo, yeah, I can do that too. Other language, no, I cannot. Ayun, John, average 900 kg outgoing. Okay. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's our Saturday episode of our stock market insights. And thank you for subscribing and joining me in this study group. This is our study session. Consider it a study session on Saturdays. Marami na po kasing OFW now trying na mag-extra income from trading. Oo, alam mo yun? So far, halos nakikita ko, mas active. You know what's interesting? Ang daming OFW na sobrang aware na sa stock market. And knowledgeable na siya. I think siguro influenced din ng mga countries that you guys are staying at, like in the US. Majority, parang 30% yata ng mga tao doon nagsistocks eh. Pero ang pinaka-objective ko talaga is for our locals here in the country to start really realizing the opportunities, the big opportunities that we have in the stock market. Mga tao dito sa Pilipinas, I mean, like, ako, I work in a call center. Kaya natin eh. Alam mo yun, hindi naman kailangan milyones ka agad yung i-invest mo. While we are still establishing that skill, you can start small. Yung 5,000 ka lang every day. No, not every day. 5,000 kada payday. And then, add mo lang sa portfolio instead of putting it in the bank. Parang yan na lang. Yep. Kailan next? Next Friday, next Saturday. Well, let's do this again. Next Saturday, guys. If you can invite your friends to also join, para mas madami, mas masaya, madaming kwentuhan. Okay, you can also anything related to stock market or investing, money management. I think madami din ako ma-share sa area na yan. Yan. Yes, John, Miss. Parang naputol yung question mo. Oh, by the way, guys, as you notice, may mga ads na tayo. So, your way of supporting Miss JD is don't skip the ads. Sabi nga daw, pag may 100k, dapat may gain ka 1k a day. Ito lang masasabi ko. Wag natin i-pressure ang sarili natin too much. If you have other means of income, don't force yourself na dapat may everyday. It's the skill. Hindi mo kailangan mag-exit kung hindi pa kailangan i-exit yung trade in one day. Huwag mo na exit. Kasi baka ma-pressure ka na kailangan may 1k a day ako. No, not that. And right now, even if you are already profitable, kailangan may different streams of income ka. Do not rely on stock market as your main source of income. Kasi doon ang pressure, doon ang stress. Like sa atin, like ako, there are days na pula ako. But Am I worried? No. Because to begin with, I entered in these stocks because I have my objective. For instance, Jollibee. I'm also red in Jollibee, but I was able to add around 130 peso level. Then nag-average down na siya. Ngayon, gusto pa niyang bumaba. Okay lang, I'll buy some more. Because I know my objective there is really to be in it for long term. Pero imagine mo kung I rely on this everyday and wala na akong kakainin. Kasi pula yung portfolio ko. Yay, John, ayun. Sabi niya, don't skip the ads. Yan, tama yan. Wala ako ads kasi premium ako. May ginansya po ba kayo sa premium user? I know meron yata. May, ano yan eh. Oo, may, kasi may part ng income for premium user. Nakikita ko rin siya. Can you share us your biggest loss and how you recover from that? Wala pa talaga akong biggest loss eh. May pula ako. Pero naalala ko one time, this one. Ito, I'll show you an example. Dito ako medyo nasayangan lang. There was a time si Aba back in ito yun. Ito yung part na yun. When this period parang akyat siya dito, tapos biglang nabuhusan ako dito. So, ang average ko dito, parang 0.40, 0.45. So, I'll put a line there, ha. And then, what happened there, I stayed in that stock for a long time. Diba? Until, nangyari dito, I was able to, parang nag-cut loss yata ako sa area na to eh. Parang nasa 0.40, 0.48, parang doon lang. Kasi yun lang gusto ko talagang malos. Na dito, ang laki ng drop dito. And I said, ang laki ng perang mawawala sa akin if I sell this. Hintay na lang ako. Total, may trabaho naman ako. So, I just waited. So, ang nangyari, nag-exit na ako. What happened here? Boom. It went all the way up. But that was back in 2017. But in terms of loss, not much. Kasi I was able to wait for it. I lost time. The time whereby I could have engaged in other profitable stocks. Pero ipit kasi ako dito. Kaya hindi ako trade ng iba. Pero loss ko konti lang. Meron akong mga loss, mga pa $25 lang sa US stock. Kasi ang ginawa ko nga, maliliit kasi yung mga trades ko para lang talaga pang practice. And then, what happened is I tried to use a leverage. Kaya ako sinasabing, don't, as much as possible, don't use leverage because it magnifies your loss and it kicks you out faster. Yun, $25, mga ganun lang. I tried doing, I'm not also recommending this. I do options trading once in a while. And I would start with $20. Makikita niyo yan in my videos, in my previous videos, na live trade nga ako eh. Pero pa unti-unti lang. And then, from a $30 starting capital, napag-grow ko siya in 2 weeks ng $183. So, mga almost 10,000 din yun. Para trade lang. Tapos, from pa $2 per trade lang. Tapos, biglang pa $20 per trade na ako. Ang nangyari, I started with that big loss nung nag-trade ako na $20, nag-decline siya, tapos naging emotional na ako. E di, tunaw na yung profit from a 183 sana na kung winidraw ko siya, I could have already pocketed that gain. Parang nawala lang. Gain na sana siya. Naging ano na. So that's a big learning for me. But for now, wala pa ako. I haven't really experienced big losses kasi I have a tendency na pag malaki na yung loss ko, hintayin ko na lang. I'll just be stuck there. Pero wala pa naman akong significant na decline na ganun kabig. Kasi lahat sila, konti lang naman, 5 lang yata yung kinikip ko sa portfolio ko. I have BDO, SMC, JFC. And then 2, may dito din ako. Yan, may dito ako. And then 1 speculative stock. Sali ka sa Traders Lounge. They support our co-traders and help them for free like what you do. Oh, member na ako ng Traders Lounge sa Facebook. Pero I try to visit their page. Kailan ka po nag-start mag-trade? 2.5 years ago. Almost 3 years na rin. Madam, wala ko ads. Okay. Yes, will not. But don't pressure, no pressure. But really, will really help if you don't skip the ads. Can you share us your biggest, okay yun na. Thanks for sharing your knowledge po, JD. Madam, kaka-start mo pa lang pala sa mga videos mo. Akala ko veteran na po. Last year lang. Pero, unlike sa mga big YouTubers talaga, mas may variety yung videos nila. Ito talaga, purely for public service. Yes. Because very highly segmented yung niche ko. I just get your request and I review your stocks. And then, once in a while, siguro like this one on a Saturday, we medyo casual conversation and you get to know who Miss JD is. Anong ka-TL? Nice to know, ma'am, ka-TL. Yun. So, what I'm sharing, kasi, iba, sabihin na, cut loss ka na. But I'm not saying na, there are 2 different schools of thought sa conversation ng cut loss kasi. Some people could easily just suggest to you, cut loss mo na yan. Hindi kasi nila pera yan. Pero pag pera mo na talaga, can you really do it when you're already negative by 30%? And 30% could mean 30% of 100K, you know? It's not a small amount. Kaya may pointers is just before you engage in a stock, kailangan believe ka sa kanya. Yun. Para at least when it declines, hindi ka naman kakabahan. Makakatulog ka pa naman na mahimbing. Yun, mga ka-Traders Lounge. Ayan, sige. Basta nag-member na ako dyan eh. And so far, I just need to visit some of these. I wonder kung pero nakakahiya. Kung example, yung may mga videos ako i-share ko sa chat nila. At sa page nila. Traders Lounge na page, diba? Page yun, diba? Not group. I forgot. Yan. So, I think that's it, guys. It's I'm starting to be hungry. Yan. So let's I'll give a heads up to you guys on what time we'll do it next Saturday. I think this is a good opportunity to catch up with you. At least we could interact. Yan. And we can post questions to one another. In the meantime, thank you. Thank you very much for watching our video and staying with me in the past 2 hours. Don't be shy. If you know anything, use the chat window to share what you know and post your questions as well. At the same time, let's do this as sharing of ideas, and let's review, of course. Main objective, let's review your stocks. Next week ulit. Sige. Paalam. Paalam, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye for now. Oh, yeah. Lagi ako nagpa-plug sa Instagrams. Sana nga hindi na sila, they don't find it spamming. Pero everyday, may isang pinapromote yung mga videos ko dun. Kahit isang beses sa isang araw. I'm Working Pinoys. Ang username ko dun, Working Pinoys. Okay. Stay safe, you guys. Bye-bye for now.